It is officially summer now. It became summer on Friday, and that means enjoying all the sights, sounds, and tastes of summer. Berry lovers, well, your time has come. Our May and June weather have created the perfect strawberry growing conditions. If you've been to St. Leon Gardens in St. Vital, well, you may have been able to snag some of the juicy red fruit, but don't worry. There's still plenty of berries to enjoy, and the peak is yet to come. Colin Remillard is the co-owner of St. Leon Gardens and joins me now in studio. Well, hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Phenomenal.
You have a big smile on your face. Is this because berries are coming in early?
It's a huge deal for us. Yeah, it's a huge season. I would say it is the biggest season. And like you said, I know the solstice just happened, but also strawberries trigger in our hearts the start of summer. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, and I want to show this to our camera because our camera is recording. So Colin brought in this basket, huge basket of strawberries. It smells absolutely heavenly. You can just smell the sweetness coming off the strawberries.
And let's know that usually the baskets are a tiny bit fuller. There was maybe some sampling going on in the main area over there.
And why not? Because strawberries usually come in later in the season. So I mean, why are we seeing strawberries early?
Usually, typically, strawberries, local strawberries, we're talking about Manitoba grown strawberries, are typically like a early July product. Every year is a bit of a different season. Sometimes the season's late, sometimes the season's early. This year, it is an early one. We are like the 22nd, 23rd of June?
Yeah, the 23rd of June.
23rd of June. And they started this weekend on Saturday. Now, to be honest, like the supplies will slowly ramp up. So it's a slow ramp up to the season, but very, very early. Like you mentioned at the top, hot weather in the spring really helps the flowers pop from their dormancy in the winter, and the flowers pop and then they get pollinated, and of course we get berries a little bit earlier.
So how early have you seen strawberries before come into your market there?
This is one of the earliest we've seen from recollection. It's usually never this early. This is about a week and a half earlier than normal. Last year they were a little bit early as well, but not quite this early. Last year was a tremendous season. I would say the best one we've ever had. We're hoping for at least something akin to last year's season for this year.
So what kind of conditions need to continue here in order to have a successful strawberry season here in Manitoba?
The heat will trigger the waking up, let's say, in the spring of the berries. But if the heat progresses and it keeps getting warmer and warmer, it'll accelerate the season to a degree that's unpleasant. It'll make the berries ripen faster on the branches. It'll make the plants grow all the berries all at once, developing all the fruits and ripening them. So you kind of want chill, normal, calm, and I guess you would say, mild weather for the next 2-3 weeks. That's the best scenario. Right now, it's really nice today, so let's, fingers crossed that it keeps going like that. You don't want too much rain. Rain will slow down picking. Every time it rains in the evening or in the morning, pickers can't get to the fields. It's too muddy. It's literally impossible to get around. So you kind of want mild, clear skies for the duration of the season. The season itself is really random. Sometimes it's a 2-week-long season. Sometimes it's a 4.5, 5-week-long season. And people basically have to adapt to weather. We are very weather dependent at St. Leon and also just in the grocery industry. So we do what we can. We hope for the best, but we enjoy it while it's here because you have no idea when it's going to end.
Yeah. So how long is the longest season that you've seen? Typically, as you said, it could be about 4 weeks, a strawberry season. What's the longest that you've seen it?
Yeah, that's a very strong season, a 4-week, 5-week season. Last year was about that. We've also seen a new producer come up with a fall blooming and a fall ripening berry. This is very, very special. Historically, strawberries in Manitoba have only come in July, and then maybe like mid-July they kind of end, Last year I have pictures on Instagram of the staff holding berries, like Manitoba strawberries, in like mid-September. Really unbelievable. Wow. The berries themselves are definitely a bit smaller. It's a different variety. Perhaps not quite as incredible as these are going to be. This is, like, in my opinion, like the best product Manitoba creates. It is the best tasting fruit I've ever had in my life. It is better than candy. Like, and no joke, it doesn't matter if you get them at St. Leon or anywhere else in the province, definitely get your hands on Manitoba strawberries. It is a very special and delicious product. So a season usually 4 weeks is really, really good. We're hoping for that this year, but again, it's kind of out of our hands.
Yeah. So how soon, how quickly, when you get strawberries, how quickly do they sell out at St. Leon?
Great question. It really depends on the day. The pickers are there as early as 6:30. These berries are picked in the morning before it gets too warm. Otherwise, it's unmanageable. You can't be in the fields when it's the peak day, like at noon when it's too warm. Our driver, our cousin Dan, goes to Portage, goes to the areas where they grow, it brings them all the way back. Usually we get them around 10:30, 11 at the market. Some days like today, we literally ran out after a few hours. The supplies wasn't quite great, so we're out of berries for now.
Oh, no.
Ironically, we're going to get some more this afternoon and hopefully more tomorrow. But when the peak of the season hits, we usually have some in stock, and I'm knocking on wood here for the most of the day. Usually we're open, from 8 to 9, and we usually have some berries until the end of the day. But again, if it rains on a specific day and the pickers can't get in the fields, it really dampens your supplies and it really limits the amount you're able to bring in.
Yeah. So where do you get all your supplies from?
It really varies. In the olden days, it was all Portage La Prairie. All the farms were around Portage, and Portage was the mecca for berries. Nowadays, it's a bit haphazard. There's definitely still like a focus of local strawberries in Portage, but there's some new growers here and there in Steinbach. And it's important to know that we don't produce any of the berries. We are simply facilitating the access to them. We go pick them in Portage because not everyone has the time or the inclination to go either pick it themselves or drive for an hour in the country to go pick up a basket of strawberries. So we bring them as early as we possibly can in the morning, Steinbach area, Portage area, and some of the farms deliver even to our store. And we get them as fast as we can, and there's usually people lined up outside and in the store waiting for the fresh truck to arrive. This is a product that varieties are selected for their flavor and flavor before anything else, so their shelf life is, I would say, bad. It lasts for about a day, maybe 2 days if you want to push it, but it's something that has to be enjoyed now, the moment it's picked, the day you buy it, and that's what makes it special, I think. I don't know. It's very unique. Nothing else is like this.
So what kind of season are we in store for? I mean, have we hit the peak of strawberry season yet?
We are barely even started. To be honest, this is like a bit of a tease interview. Like we're just starting. This week is going to be a bit patchy. We're going to get as much as we possibly can. If there's rain, it's going to slow things down. But we hope that by this weekend, maybe after even the weekend, we're going to hit peak, and it's going to be like strawberries every day, and people can almost rely on us having berries in stock.
Yeah. So what else is benefiting from the ideal weather conditions that we're seeing right now?
It's important to know that it was warm for like a small period of time in the spring, and it's been like relatively okay. Like it's been mild for the last few weeks, so things are a little bit earlier, but they're not tremendously early. The strawberries is a very special, unique case scenario, but potatoes, cucumbers, peas we're waiting on. Nothing has arrived yet, but we're really on the cusp of a lot of really delicious local produce coming in. Right now, asparagus, which is the first product to come out of the ground, it's really the first thing to pop out of the ground, is actually ending soon.
Oh,
so
wow.
you've got a season that's already ending, and most of the other goodies are just about to start. So I think we're in for a really nice July. Usually July is when every exciting product comes in. It's going to be a little bit earlier, but only by a few days because it hasn't been that hot for the last few weeks.
Yeah. Well, Colin, if people want to come down, they want to purchase from St. Leon's, or if they want the strawberries themselves, what time and when's the best time to come down?
Honestly, usually they arrive around 11 a.m. at our store. We're open 7 days a week. Come on the weekdays. It's a lot more manageable on the weekdays. Weekends are a very fun experience, but it's very busy. We have strawberries usually once the season hits every single day for the next 4 to 5 weeks, depending on how Mother Nature behaves. We'll see.
Well, Colin, thank you so much for joining us today. It was an absolute pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for the strawberries. They smell great. Have you had a chance to eat some?
I eat them constantly, and it is a problem. I cannot stop myself.
Well, I'm going to have to maybe sneak a little bit here during the news break. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Colin Remillard is the co-owner of St. Leon Gardens in St. Vital.